What's up, everyone? I have Toni here on the call with us today. Toni scaled from 5K months. He went from a burnt out agency owner to running his coaching business, now selling everything without sales calls and living a freedom, building a freedom lifestyle design coaching business. In today's call, we're going to be talking about this transition and how exactly in a couple of steps he was able to get from a burnt out agency owner to a thriving coach in less than 30 days. So we did this launch of a new offer in less than 30 days. So if you're running an agency, a coaching business, this is going to be an invaluable call for you. We'll make it as actionable as possible, give you the exact steps of the journey that helped Toni. So stick to the end, stick with us to the end, and obviously don't forget to follow Toni after. I'll link him down below. Toni, my man, welcome. How are you feeling?
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Feeling amazing, really amazing. The thing that happened in the less than 1 year, it's just insane. Don't know what to say.
Yeah, man, we're gonna talk about that. Do you want to give us a quick introduction of your background? I want to be like at the beginning. I really want to talk about your agency and how are you feeling running this kind of agency? Because I feel like I recently did a poll actually, and 40% of my audience are agency owners making like 0 to 10K months. So pretty much in a state where you once was when we started working together. So can you walk me through exactly how was it for you? Like, how did it feel like?
Sure. Well, my agency before I started working with you was structured in a way that I had ads at one point, and at the other side I had two sales calls, and that was it. And I was spending my days sitting at the desk with my phone or the camera, whichever way they went to, and trying to close clients in that way. And it was really, it's crazy because you don't close so many people. You don't have brand. You just go in with your sales skills, which if they're high, still there is a lot of people doing the brand, and they can really outperform you just because they have some content in front of them. Whoever is going still that way, it's going to get more and more hard, and it's just not the way to go. I would rather go 9 to 5 than do that again. Literally.
Dude, I feel you because I used to do some cold outreach, some cold calls, and I know how hard it is to convert all of those prospects in customers. And even if you do, they're like low ticket. They hate you even if you do a good job. And
exactly.
So it's just a pain in the ass. So you were running direct responses, right? So you had some like lead form, like Facebook lead forms.
It was Facebook lead form, and then sometimes Calendly, sometimes not. But it was basically just get their information and start calling them, and that's it.
Yeah, because the reason why I asked is because I do run ads too right now, and basically we're going to talk about like these different kind of ads, because the ad that you used to run before is like you're showing your ads to cold prospects, to cold audience. You want them to jump on a call with you immediately, and as a result of it, as you said, like you're relying on your sales skills. You're relying on the skills. You need to take a prospect from a completely cold lead into a paying client in like 30, 40 minutes. And it's impossible, like almost impossible. Like the conversion rate probably.
There is always follow-ups, always follow-ups. So it's kind of like, it's not successful if you end up the sales call with 5 follow-ups.
Yeah. I see. And what was your revenue before? So when we just started working together?
So actually, when we started 1 month ago, before I started work with you, I had the revenue of, I think, 2K altogether. And then I was like, okay, I can't join with 2K. And then I ramped up the sales call, ramped up the ads and all that stuff. So I went to 5K, and that's when I joined you.
Gotcha. I remember it's been like, I think we chatted like 2 or 3 times before you actually joined the program. And it was always something along the lines of like finances or just being confident in the offer and all of that. So one quick question that I wanted to ask you right away, just because there's always people who, I just talked to one of my clients recently and he said that there's always doubt in your head. You always doubt the results that you're shooting for, right? So what was the reason for you to not join right at the beginning when we first talked, and why did you decide to join right after, like when you actually did?
Sure. Well, I don't remember actually why I joined you. I just was in that sort of a stage where I wanted to, I was stuck with that level of 2K and I didn't know where to go from there on.
Yeah.
And yeah, I realized that the courses will not work because I purchased probably like 20 courses altogether. And there was always a lot of
Yeah.
questions afterwards. And then I realized, okay, who can answer these questions? And whoever can answer it, it's
Right.
not the guy who made the course. So you can't get that stuff.
Yeah.
So I found you. I don't know why. Yeah, I know why actually. Because you are also from this European parts, and it was like you are living in a country next to mine, and I was like, okay, this is interesting, and I got
Yeah.
hooked on your content, and it was just like, okay, I need this. So yeah, you sold me really well.
Right.
It took like 1.5 months, maybe 2 months, but yeah, I got sold there
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, man, it takes time anyways, and the funnel that you started running basically just using the proven model that we're building here. You probably see how people first follow you. They get warmed up with your content. They're watching your stories daily, and then randomly 2 months in, 3 months in, they just sign
Yeah,
up.
so
That's how
randomly, you'd
trust
never
typically
expect
is
that.
built.
So
Yeah,
random questions, and
yeah,
yeah, like in 3 in the morning, somebody, hey, can I? What? Okay.
yeah. Can I pay you?
Whatever
Can I
happened,
pay?
yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You never know like when they realize the pain that you solve as a coach. But okay, cool. So basically, you were a stock agency owner, 5K a month, pretty inconsistently running this like Facebook lead form, hoping on this like cold calls and all of that. Why did you decide to change that? Obviously, you were in a lot of pain, but what was the main reason for you to be like, I have to fix it now?
Well, because I'm always thinking in a way that it's not that we are working 9 to 5. We are always trying to develop something new in business. So if you are doing
Yeah.
like a rat in a race, if you're just doing one thing, then you will not be successful. You have to always think, okay, so what
Yeah.
can I do better in this way? So just by asking myself questions, it was always like, okay, this is not good. What can I do better? And the solution at that point, one of the
Right.
steps that I've taken was finding a coach that works for me, for my system at this point, and then just running with that. So it was just
Yeah.
like, you know, trying to figure out the best way to get even higher in the business.
Yeah, I see. I see. And were you always like that? I mean, just finding a coach, finding someone that kind of like knows how to solve the problem, and just paying him instead of trying to figure out on your own.
I thought that I can handle all of it on my own for the longest time. This
Uh-huh.
coach stuff and everything was just from you, right? So like 1 month before I joined you, I was like, okay, I need a fucking coach. What is this? And yeah,
Yeah.
before I always thought, okay, I can do it on my own. But then I realized, when I realized the importance of coach, on our first coaching call, you solved things that would probably take me 5 months to solve. And I was like, wow, what is this?
Right.
Okay, there is something to it. A lot of people don't realize that just buying information, this is what you need to invest in. Everything else, we need to make all this
Yeah.
when we are young. If you're older, it doesn't make sense to get a plane when you're 60. I don't care. When I'm 60, I want to sit on a bench somewhere. But now you have to buy information. And yeah, that was like
Yeah.
a big insight for
You
me
just
after I joined.
yeah, you anyway pay the price. You pay it with time, or you pay it with money. And
Yes.
for most of us, our time is more valuable than money. Obviously, if you make, I don't know, like $8 a month, $8 an hour, probably you should be spending some time first on the things that actually matter.
Yeah.
But then most of us make way more than that, and we have to spend our money instead of spending our time. I love the insight. Cool. So then we started working together, and what was the solution that we came to? Because obviously you didn't want to run the agency in a way that you were running it before. So what was the kind of like the game plan that we came up with?
Sure. So the game plan for the agency, at the beginning, I didn't know I'm going to launch the coaching offer at that stage. I was just planning
Yeah.
to grow the agency, but coaching also jumped in. So like, yeah, it was going in two directions. But for the agency, the biggest
Yeah.
change was that I added the pre-call sequence. So between, I still did lead gen, I still did sales calls. I didn't jump off the sales calls at that point, but I added
Yeah.
like a warm-up sequence, and that made huge difference for me because people were jumping on a calls already knowing that I'm not a scam, that there are results, and it was still a sales call. There was still pressure on that, but I was more of an authority
Yeah.
and like a friend to them than before. Before it
Right.
was just like a random, like a voice or a face first time there. And once I saw that, it was just the amount of people that I signed and who stayed for, some of them are still here at this point, is just, it was insane. For the first, I think 2 months, I signed
Yeah.
10 plus clients just for the agency.
Oof.
It was
Man,
crazy,
this is
yeah. It
incredible.
was such
And
a big thing for me that like trust, how to build trust with not just sales calls and lead generation.
yeah. Yeah. So the thing with sales calls, and if you guys are not familiar with pre-call sequences, basically what you're trying to do with that is um, to make people spend more time with you before they even hop on a call with you. So you want them to consume some of your stuff. You want them to understand the system that you're running, that you're selling. You want them to see the case studies and everything before the call, so you don't waste your time on a sales call actually explaining all of that. So what we did with Toni was we set up like a 5 email sequence. Basically, when people booked a call with him, they were getting like 5 emails over the next couple of days talking about his case studies, his system, and the way they should show up on a call, right? And what it does, I mean, the result is right here, right?
Yeah,
10
yeah.
clients in the first months of just using that. And I assume that the calls that you were jumping back then with the sequence were way more warmer and hotter than like
Yeah, of
the
course.
cold calls that you used to take before.
Yeah. It's
Amazing.
not actually, it's
Good.
not
So
sales calls. It's not, sorry, it's not a cold call, but it's cold sales call. You generate them with ads and you
yeah,
think
exactly. So
that's
like,
gonna be enough, but it's not. There still has to be that content part.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So this is what happened to your agency. Incredible.
Yeah.
And when did we decide, and why did we even decide to launch a coaching offer? What was the reasoning behind that?
So I really don't remember how we started because I just realized that I didn't start with the
Yes.
mindset of going for the coaching. I just wanted to
Yeah.
fix the thing for my agency, and then because I saw that the system that you're running is applicable to the coaching offer, and I have some. I like to teach people things, and when I see, I did some of the
Yes.
coaching before. I saw some of my friends starting businesses, and the joy that I got from them actually running business and me helping them at the beginning was, it was more than money because I see them still like their
Yeah.
life changed because I helped them with that. So it was also like, okay, let me start with this because it does make sense, and it's yeah, it's just for the feeling. I guess it was at the beginning.
Exactly. Yeah. I assume that, I mean, for me, for example, I used to run an agency before. I'm running a coaching business now. The emotions are definitely higher. Like, it's way more enjoyable to run a coaching business. And I feel like a lot of people are talking about that, but until you actually try it, you never really can tell the difference, because
Yeah.
like offer is like an offer anyways. But then the way you serve your clients and the way they are grateful for you serving them in that way, in that particular like done with you way, it's like it's so different.
And
And
bro,
then
let me tell
we
you, like,
saw that you had the system.
sorry to
Yeah,
cut you off. I want to share it with
yeah,
you.
go ahead.
Biggest story from the coaching success that I got from a guy. He's 17, and I tried to teach him all the systems and everything. That was actually before I joined you. I was just like, let me try to help this guy. And then once the coaching with you started,
Yeah.
we did all of that stuff even in the bulk. And he dropped out of high school. He's making more money than his mom. I don't know. Did his mom? She's still working, but he changed his life
Yeah.
completely for his girlfriend, for his business. He's traveling now. He's visiting his parents, his actually relatives in a different country. So it's just like
Yeah.
he messaged me after, let's say, 4 months after he implemented all of that, and was, bro, like, you changed my life, with a voicemail of 5 minutes. And I was like, just listening to it, it's insane. So just, yeah, those
Yeah.
feelings, and yeah, nothing to say more.
Sometimes I save this. Sometimes I save these messages from my clients. I don't often put them on my stories. I typically just put the results, like numbers and stuff. But the true gold mine of coaching business is this messages, just like this one, like,
Sorry.
bro, you changed my life, bro, you were like incredible, bro, like I'm taking my parents to that country, to this country, I'm traveling myself, I'm changing my life. This is incredible, man. I love this story. Cool. So what happened in 1 month after launching a coaching offer?
So, sorry, almost like I drank a coffee now and got stuck here.
Yeah. No worries.
So what did you say, like in first month of launching?
Yeah, in the first 30 days of launching your coaching offer. Yeah, what happened to revenue, like clients signed, like what was the
So I think I
process like,
signed
etc.?
4 or 5 clients in the first month. And the reason why it wasn't more, because we launched around the Christmas. So people were all in holidays. So the first 7 days was basically preparing people. They're saying yes and no and maybe when the new year, starts and everything. So it probably will be even more in the first month. But yeah, I think 4 or 5, don't remember the exact number, but yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it was
but I mean,
for
5 clients.
4 or 5 clients, and it was
What was
for
that?
the same offer as you have for 4 months of coaching. So it was, I was at around 20K of contracted altogether.
Yeah. So like 20K contracted in the first 30 days of running your coaching business. Man, first of all, congrats with that. This is an incredible number to hit in your first months. Obviously, I did my congratulations later as well, but previously as well, but it's still a very, very good result for a brand new offer. And what I really like about you is that even though you got this incredible result in like month 1, you still didn't drop your agency, because it's very important for us to still have the skin in the game and to still run the businesses that we teach others to do. I've been running my agency and my coaching business together for like 3, 4, 5 months before I completely like delegated and like let it run on its own. So this is a good thing. Now, how did it feel? Because you went in such a short period of time, you went from a burnt out like 2K months agency owner to contracting 20K during Christmas, right? How did it feel back then?
So it was just overwhelming. I don't know. It all shifted. It was like a small burnout just because it was a new thing to do, but it was more interesting. I was actually happy with the time that I'm spending because I started to create more content and selling with that. And I knew that it is something for the long term. With sales calls, you're just burning yourself and knowing that, bro, after 1 hour of sales call where it ends up like, I'm gonna talk to you later, and it's not gonna end up with sale. You're just sitting there like, my time is gone forever. And with this, when you create content, you're just like, that video may convert somebody in 4 months tomorrow. It doesn't really matter. So it was still a lot of work, but it was much more enjoyable. And at the end, like, you're not trying to not work, you're trying to just spend your time more usefully, let's say, if that's even a word.
Yeah, and you actually enjoy doing that. So this is very important for most of the people. Like, we think that money is the goal, but like the way you make this money, that's the goal.
Of course. Yeah.
Gotcha. And did you even believe when we just started working together, right? You're at 2K, like 5K, whatever. Did you even believe that it was possible for you to achieve like that fast? I mean, like 20K contracts?
Well, I didn't have any expectations. I was just trying to eat as many information as I can, as soon as I can. So when I focus on the numbers, usually before, because I was running this for like 2 years before, it was always sort of a how do you say that? You get discouraged when you don't hit the goals at the day that you said you're going to do that. But it was crazy. I was never broke. I never contracted 20K, so it was just surprised completely. But it's not that I didn't believe before. I wouldn't join if I didn't believe. I just didn't know when it's going to happen.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So it's never. I like this quote: "The results are guaranteed, but the timing is not."
Exactly
and
that.
The thing that. Yeah, I mean, we all know that if we grind that much, I mean, we are going to be there. It's just a question of whether we can achieve it in a month or in 2 years, right? So
Bro, and
you were
when I
grinding for two
shifted
years
from,
within a...
sorry, I cut you off. Yeah, just
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I when I switched my mind from trying to hit something in 2 months to just enjoying the pain and the process and all that stuff together, my days become much more enjoyable. And I still hit the numbers.
Yeah,
Maybe sometimes it's sooner, sometimes it's late, but it doesn't really matter because you don't want to be here for 2 months and then just drop off. I wanted this to be my lifestyle. And once you
yeah,
get to that point, it's just like
yeah,
it doesn't matter. Like when somebody asks me when, like, bro, I don't care when. Just let me do the work and just fuck off, and that's it.
yeah.
And you're good then.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And as long as my audience, as I said, we did the poll and kind of like we saw that agency owners like have 40% of agency owners, right? And they're all pretty much from 0 to like 10K months. They're like at the beginning stage, some of them are making way more than that. But um, what would you say to these people? They're trying to scale, they're trying to hit like 20, 30K months. They're probably stuck in the same way as you once was. So what would you advise them to do just to get unstuck as quick as possible?
So I would say like the thing that made biggest difference for me was focusing on content next to sales. You don't have to go completely off the sales course because it's sort of an advanced thing to do, but 100% learn your audience, learn their problems, their desires, and try to handle all the objections that you get usually on sales calls. Try to handle them with content and do that all the time. Like try to put as many things, as many content pieces as you can every day, and it's not gonna get
Yeah,
you results tomorrow, but it's something that will get you to that 20, 30K. It's not something, usually you don't get to 20, 30K like tomorrow. There is no magic pill. You have to do the work. And it's
it's a
not just
compound
sales calls.
effect.
It's
Yeah.
just you have to combine short form, maybe long form also content with the sales calls, and you're gonna be good then.
Right, I see. This is amazing. And what will you say about the work that we've done together? What was the main even like reason for you to start working with me at the beginning, and what was the process like?
So, bro, it's completely normal to me now. So I try to dig into my head why they even started.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, I know why. Yeah, you hit the main pain points that I had, and you showed that there is a
Uh-huh.
way to transition to the other side. And that's what I
Okay.
implemented into
Yes,
my
I
own
see.
systems, into agency, into coaching also. And this is, yeah, you just have to, and to get to the thing where you ask like what was the difference when we started to work together. It was I learned to use the content to sell. Before I was just making random content. This is what a lot of people do. You have to learn what to make and where to focus it
Yeah.
on. Yeah. And number two, bro, also I
Yeah, I
realized
see.
that you don't have to have huge audience to sell. This was my limited
That's
belief, I
for
would
sure.
guess. Yeah, you can. I had 300 followers, maybe even less at that point, and I was selling high ticket for coaching. Like it's and for agency I had like
Yeah.
20 followers, and I was still selling because the content was placed well.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like even if you have a solid audience of like I don't know, like 100 people, but they're all here for a reason and they're here
Yes.
for you, that's when you know that you build something of value. And at the
Yeah.
same time, you can have hundreds of thousands of followers and sell absolutely nothing because there's no trust, there's no authenticity, there's nothing, and you're just talking to strangers all of the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's the big difference in that. Cool, cool. So, can you walk me through the structure of your current offer? Like, who do you work with? Who do you help? Because a bunch of people who are now watching it will be probably like reaching out to you, talking to you, or just like watching your content after this video. So, walk me through everything that you do.
Sure, sure. So during this summer, I actually transitioned from doing combination of content and sales calls to completely eradicating sales calls. So I focused on okay, let me do the
Yeah.
content thing better with the agency and with the coaching stuff also. So for now, the only thing that I'm doing is doing the agency, and I stopped coaching people for sales calls because I realized, okay, there is a better way, and I see this as something that is going to be more beneficial in the long run because of the just short form content is all over the place. You have to jump on that train. So
Yeah.
I didn't feel comfortable with my previous offer. So although people got leads, people got results and all that, it can be better. So I stopped coaching for some time. My profile was sort of not active for the summer. I was trying to do this thing for my
Mm-hmm.
agency, and now the difference that
Yeah.
I see in people, it's even higher than before. So the first difference was
Yeah.
jumping from uh, no pre-call sequence, no warm-up sequence to warm up sequence, and I got much better leads that way and much better clients. But
Yeah.
here, whoever I close without sales calls, and it's happened every week, I close 2 to 3 new clients for the agency. They all tell me, I
Nice.
trust you with everything. Just do your thing. There is no questions about what I do, how I work. Is there even going to be any,
Yeah.
they don't doubt anything. So the when I transitioned from sales calls to completely without, everybody who I sign in my agency are, bro, they're so good clients. It's so easy to work with them. Although you don't deliver so like the amount of leads I deliver, it's even lower now, but they're so happy. It's insane. So the plan now
Yeah.
is to gather more and more of the agency clients still, and then show that to all of the agency owners who want to do the same thing for themselves.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Man, I wanted to ask you like at the very end, before we ramp it up, I wanted to ask you, what did you like the most about our work together, about the coaching? What did help you the most?
Well, the coaching calls, 100%. I mean, the content and all of that stuff that you have inside of the
Yeah.
program. But when you implement things from your program and all that stuff, you have questions always. So the most helpful
Yeah.
thing was that you are always a few steps ahead, and you're always trying to improve yourself. So I can always, whenever I jump on calls with you, like the coaching calls that we had, I would solve the problems that would usually take me a few months to solve, if I would even solve them. So
Mm,
it's always like the coaching
yeah.
calls.
Right, I see. And I remember a cool thing about you is sometimes you take these calls from the outside, walking close to the sea, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, "Dude, I'm solving problems here," right?
Yeah, yeah. I
That
took
was
one when
incredible.
I
I love
was.
those.
It was night. I remember that one. I was with my
Yeah,
family on a vacation, and I just told them, "Go away. I'll just do the call here." And I was like on the beach. It
yeah,
was night, and just like phone in front of me, and insane. Yeah.
yeah, man. That was a good call. Cool. So, one last question to wrap it up. If there's someone they are doubting their results, they're making like inconsistent 2 5K months, pretty much in the same spot as you once was. They're trying to scale, but for some reason they're just scared of making the, I don't know, like these bold moves needed to finally do it. Can you tell them something that really helped you make this transition and actually believe in yourself, or was it something that just naturally happened to you?
Well, I don't know about the people who don't believe in themselves, because if you are a business owner
Yeah,
in any sort of way, you have to have that. Like, you need to fix that first. You need
yeah,
to be crazy. You need to be delusional that it's going to work, because it is going to work. You will make it happen. And then once you get your brain done and you are sure and your delusion is going to work, although it's still not here, then you find somebody who is few steps in front of you and find a coach. If you're gonna go with
mm-hmm.
courses, you may solve 1 to 2 problems, but it will open up 7 new questions. And what will you do then?
Yeah,
You're confused. You don't know where to go. So if you really wanna do something and jump, do some numbers, you have to find somebody who works for you, who you're comfortable with, and just pay him and go for
yeah,
it. Without investment, there is no point. You will be in a fog somewhere and not know where to go.
yeah. You know what I like about coaching? It keeps you accountable. Once you put the money behind it, once you actually invest into something, you have to make it work, right?
Yes.
Otherwise, you just wasted this money, right? And
Yeah.
you're not getting a product like something that you can touch. It's just like whether you are going to gain the knowledge that are in it and kind of like apply it to the real life and get the real life results, like you did, for example, or you're just going to completely waste it. So now you are just you're forced to take action, and
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
this
I
this
forgot
is what
about that
gets you
stuff.
the results.
100%.
Yeah. Amazing, dude. So that was an incredible call. I'm gonna
Yeah.
post it on my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna link your Instagram. And do you want me to link anything else? Do you want people to go for a specific to a specific link? Feel free to tell it.
Well, it's all on my Instagram, so there is going to be a link in bio for
Okay.
my free stuff, and that's everything. It's all there.
Amazing. Okay, so I'll link it up down below. So your Instagram. If you want to know like more about Tony, go follow me. He's a cool dude. I'm enjoying his stories and reels and all of that. Consume some of his free stuff. Learn more about the system because this dude has skin in the game. Has the system that works like crazy. So man, I appreciate you coming. This was a killer call. I hope to do more of those in the future. Yeah, thanks
Thank you for calling me
thanks
also.
for coming, man.
Awesome call.
Amazing, amazing. Right, guys, that's a wrap. Thank you for watching this interview. And now, for those of you who actually watched it till the end, I have a huge bonus. As you see, I'm in Dubai. I'm here networking with 6- and 7-figure infopreneurs from all over the world. And for the next couple of days, I'll be sharing my daily insights on my close friend stories. Under this video, you'll find a form. Fill this form, and I'll add you to my close friends, where I'm sharing daily insights from 7-figure rooms.